Yeah, it's Ed Holmes here for Red Tractor Nation. I'm here with Russel Pinion from Albertville, Alabama, and he has a very unique setup on his this I-30, and he's going to tell us all about it, how he acquired this this great piece of machinery, what it was used for, and anything he knows about it, which ain't a whole lot, when we believe it's probably the last one surviving. Russell, tell us about your tractor.
6 months ago, I was looking at a job in Alabama. I'm in the excavating business, and things like this catch my eye. Going down the road in a shed off the road a pretty good ways, I saw the tractor. I actually thought it was like a Model A because of the big headlights.
Okay. Or
a Model T with a snowplow. So I stopped. First thing I noticed, it has International splattered all over the front of the tractor.
There you go.
And I thought, yes, I'm a tractor collector. But I collect red tractors, and this is, hey, I never saw one before, and I thought, I need that tractor. Yeah. It was originally, of course, a City of New York Sanitation Department. They're in charge of removing snow in New York City. I found that out while I was here.
So they do the garbage sanitation,
yeah,
and they do snow.
They do.
Yeah.
And so this tractor wound up in Eglin Air Force Base in Florida.
Really?
Bucket of rust.
You have any idea how it got there?
Nobody seems to know.
Nobody knows.
There. So the gentleman in Hartsel bought it and brought it in 2008, and he brought it.
That's a place near where you live.
It is, Hartsel, Alabama. It's about 50 miles from where I'm at. And so he brings it home, takes it apart. The motor was stuck in it, rebuilt the motor, did some other odd and ends, sandblasted it, refurbed it in 2008. It weighs probably a little more than 10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds?
Yes, sir.
How did it get to 10,000 pounds? How do you get 10,000 pounds out of this?
Well, the basic tractor is 8,000 pounds. Then once you add a cab,
you got a cab?
And the snowplow, the crosswalk snowplow.
Because they had to have this big support down here to stiffen it up so they can carry that plow in the front.
Right. These are brake drums, not counterweight. These are 3-inch brake drums.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they were wheel weights. They look like wheel weights, don't they? That's the brake drum.
That's the brake drum.
This thing is this wide.
Yeah.
Wow. So what'd you do? How'd you get it?
So he really just put it in a barn and left it there. And when he left it there, I just happened to see it one day. So it's been in a barn since 2008 till about 6 months ago, and I stopped. And
so you went in.
Well, I went in.
You snuck around. You snuck around looking at this, and then you heard him up working in a shop or something?
He was beating on something down in the shop, so I went down there, and he had several other, an Oliver or two, and several farm balls, a couple John Deeres, and he's in the excavating business, so we kind of hit it off pretty quick, and I looked at all the tractors. I was really interested in this one.
Yeah.
So we looked at all the tractors, and I said, "What was it? Are any of these for sale?" He said, "Sure." He said, "I'll even sell that yellow one up in front." And I thought, well, I can't afford that thing. That's way more money than I've got. So he said, well, I said, I can't afford it. So he says, well, today you might.
Really?
And a couple of museums had offered him a pretty good amount of money for it, but he wanted it to go to shows.
Okay.
So he says, I tell you what I'll do. If you'll show this tractor, he said, I'll make you a deal in it. He said, but I want you to show it. So
those are the stipulations. If I sell it to you, you can't just stick it in a barn and hide it.
That's right.
He wanted people to be able to see it because he knew how unique it was.
That's exactly right. Here at Red Power Roundup, been several hundred people come by, and a lot of collectors, big collectors, they've been doing it 40, 50 years, probably got a couple of hundred tractors or so in their collection, never seen one of these. One gentleman has collected every I-series or industrial tractor there is except this one.
Wow.
And he gave up looking. He said, I've never seen one. So from what I've gathered here at the Roundup, it looks like this may just very be the last tractor like this.
The last one to survive.
It's the last of the Mohicans.
Well, you're in it's from New York, so it could be a Mohican,
well, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Can you show us some of the things that make it special besides, especially like the inside of the cab? That's really different.
Sure.
First of all, not a tractor tire, more like a truck tire on it, right?
It is, but they had snow chains.
Okay, on top of it.
You could get dual wheels on it.
Okay.
You'd get solid wheels on it. But they used it like this, but they had snow chains.
With chains,
We put
okay.
snow chains on it. The cab has no heat, has no air.
No heat, no air? Well, what year is it? It's a 37. Didn't even have air conditioning in 37.
That's right. So it's a 4-speed transmission, has hydraulics. The hydraulic system, you can put it in gear and use it, or take it out if you're transporting.
Okay.
Has no starter.
No starter.
No battery.
As you say, it's arm-powered start.
I'll go show you the starter here in just a second. Yeah.
Is this the original glass? All this glass?
I do not know.
No?
I do not know the
That's-
answer to that.
that-
I think the front is, and I'm not sure about the sides.
Okay.
Not sure that it is, but it just has a generator. Doesn't have has a generator right here. It doesn't have a starter.
And that's just to run the lights and.
It just runs the lights. That's all it does.
Does it have a magneto or something that fires? Or?
The magneto has been moved from here back to here to accommodate the generator.
The generator.
And the generator, all it does is run the headlights. So up here is the starter. It's hanging right here on the shoulder, right here. It's a hand crank.
It's you. You are the starter.
Yes,
You're
sir.
the starter.
It's
Runs
a hand
on
crank.
gasoline.
Yes, sir.
But you say it can also run on distillant.
It
A lot
can.
of people don't know what distillant is.
Well, it's a type of kind of a kerosene or a heavy oil, or well, actually a light oil that they used to have, and they call it distillate. You got it. You crank it on gasoline. You get the engine real hot.
Right.
Even had a cloth cover or canvas cover you put over the
front to keep
radiator
it warm.
To keep it warm, and once you got it to operating temperature, you switched it over, and it ran on kerosene.
And that was because it was a much cheaper fuel.
Much cheaper.
Because it was before it was refined into gasoline.
This one does not have the gasoline tank on it. All it had was the kerosene tank.
Okay.
So we're pretty sure, since it was in New York, as cold as it was and as hard as it is to run that they just ran it on gasoline.
They just ran it on gasoline.
Now that's kind of
only.
speculation, but
Okay.
it's kind of an educated speculation.
Well,
I
yeah,
guess.
since they don't have a separate starter tank.
Right.
Good guess. You seem to be a knowledgeable guy.
Well, hey,
I'm going to go with that's a good guess.
that's a good guess. All right. It's so fun. It's just fun to drive. I drove it in the parade yesterday.
Yep.
Everybody took pictures, and we've had, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand people come by here and walk around, and,
the ground is trod down around it.
Everybody
from
says the
everybody
same
walking
thing.
around it.
Everybody says the same thing.
Ain't
I've never seen one.
Well, thank you, Russell, for
Yes, sir.
showing us
thank
your
you.
tractor.
Oh, thank you.
And have a good time here at the
Yes, sir.
Red Power
Thank
Roundup
you.
2019.
All right.
This is Ed Holmes for Red Tractor Nation. If you like what you saw today, this beautiful piece of equipment that is actually a part of New York City history, then be sure to subscribe so we can bring you more product like this. Thank you.